The Law of the Vital Few and the Rule of Three: How to Maximize Focus and Creative Output with Brian Pendergraft. Identifying the problem: lack of clarity, not knowing what to do or how to do it. So one of the biggest hurdles when it comes to maximizing business output or creative output, it's the lack of clarity. Everyone can get busier. We can all do more, but we either end up spending too much time on what doesn't matter or things that have very little impact, or too little time on the things that do matter and have a huge impact. But once you have clarity, you know what you need to do in order to finish your creative products. In order to obtain clarity, we need to know how to find it, and the law of the vital few can help us get there. So the law of the vital few, which is also called the 80-20 rule or Pareto'ls law, it states that 80% of a given effect is due to 20% of the possible causes. So whatever effect you desire, your goal is to find the 20% or the activities that get you there. According to the law of the vital few, or Pareto's law of unequal distribution, a small number of things or activities are responsible for 80% of the yield. And here are some examples. The richest 85 people in the world have as much wealth as the bottom 50%. 90% of communication comes from 500 words. 80% of business sales comes from 20% of its customers. The top 20% of salespeople are responsible for 80% of its sales. 80% of complaints come from 20% of customers. Your top core answer gets you way more views than the rest combined, and millions of songs created, but we hear the same songs over and over again that get all of the play. And this is how you maximize output using Pareto's law, because this also applies to our own business's output and to our own personal output. 80% of our results come from just 20% of our activities. So we can find clarity by just focusing on that 20%. And the other activities you do outside of these, you can either automate, eliminate, or delegate. The rule of three states that 90% of your contribution to your organization comes from just 3 activities. So the rule of three is a great way to identify your vital few activities. Here is a vital few or rule of three using myself as an example. So the 3 activities that I spend the majority of my time on are writing, lawyering, and marketing automation. So I need to write articles and books and scripts, things of that nature. I need to lawyer, well, because I'm a lawyer, and I focus on marketing automation, so I always have leads coming in. So these are the three activities that I have to spend the majority of my time on, and everything else I need to just punt. How to identify your most vital activities. So I can't help you identify all 3 of your vital activities because I don't know you and I don't know you or your business. So you're going to have to dive deep to figure out what all 3 of them are. But I can definitely help you decide on at least one of the 3 right now. So I came up with this awesome, I guess I'll call it a chart, on how to figure out at least one of your key activities. So if you are a writer, it's writing. If you're a lawyer, lawyering. Singer, singing. If you're a rapper, rapping. You're a dancer, you should be dancing. If you're a journalist, you should be researching and writing. If you're a competitive eater, you should be eating very large meals. If you're a treasure hunter, treasure hunting. If you're a boxer, you should be training. If you're a painter, you should be painting. If you're a songwriter, you should be songwriting. If you're a real estate agent, you should be prospecting. And if you're a cryptocurrency miner, you should be mining currency. And if you're a poker player, you should be playing poker. So it's, really, really simple stuff. So the key takeaway is 80% of your harvest comes from just 1 to 3 activities. So the thing is, in many cases, at least in mine, my top 3 activities are the easiest ones to avoid because they are difficult and exhaust a lot of mental energy. And do not fall into that trap. Spend your days solving difficult problems and creating difficult pieces of art that are hard to make, and spend your time on your most valuable tasks. And again, these tend to be the hardest. But if you do this, not only will your output greatly increase, but you will also greatly profit as well. because you are doing rare, valuable work, and that is stuff that people should pay more for. And all of your activities that fall outside of these top three, you need to punt them. And by punt, I mean you can automate them, eliminate them, or delegate them. Just get it, don't do it. And thanks for watching. You can check out our blog post for recommended further reading on how to maximize creative output at attorney.black/vital. Like, these ideas aren't mine; they're not original. I learned them by reading, and I have the books that I read and learned this from. It's in the blog post, so it will serve you very well to read those books. But you can check out more of my writings at attorney.black/writings. If you find this stuff helpful, I plan on writing a lot more. And if you need help to put any legal protection in place to help protect your hard work and your creations that you're creating, because I know you're going to take this advice, you're going to create a lot of things, so you're going to need a lawyer to protect you. And I would love the honor, so consider me. And thanks for watching. Take care.